Hi everyone, Effie here. Today I'm going to show you how I watercolored this card using our new Thoughtful Poppies stamp set. So I'm going to start off by prepping my watercolor card panel with some anti-static powder tool, and then I'm just going to ink up this large image from the Thoughtful Poppies set with some Versamark ink, which is just a clear sticky ink used for embossing. And then I'm going to stamp the two corner edges of my watercolor panel with my Thoughtful Poppies. Next, I'm just going to pour on some white embossing powder over my stamped images, and then I'm going to take my heat gun and then I'm just going to melt all of that embossing powder. So today I'm doing white heat embossing, and then I'm going to watercolor right over all that embossing, and the embossed image will resist the watercolor, so you're going to be able to see that white outline of this clustered poppy image, and it's going to have a really nice effect. So I start off by wetting the area that I'm going to paint, and then I'm going to take my Cerulean blue color burst and I'm just going to start painting in that poppy. I'm not coloring in the entire poppy blue. I'm leaving a little bit of white space so that I can fill in these areas with the Orchid color burst so that I get a two-toned poppy, because I don't want it to be all blue. I want to add a little bit of interest by adding that second color in there. As I'm watercoloring, I'm making sure that I'm working with a wet area, and this just ensures that I get a nice blend between my colors. But you know what? If you go in and you find that your paper isn't wet, you can always just blend out your colors. With watercolors, it's very forgiving. It's, nothing is permanent, so you can always rework the area that you're working with when you're using this painting medium. I'm going to paint the rest of the poppies in a similar manner. So first, wet that area first with clean water, and then I go in with the blue, and then I add a little bit of the Orchid. I'm going to color in the leaves the same way, only I'm going to use the Terre and the Gamboge. coloring in the poppies and the leaves, I just added an orchid kind of aura around that cluster to add some interest. So once the watercoloring was finished, I'm just going to take the "You Are an Amazing Sister" sentiment from our basic labels and family labels set, and I stamped it in our Noir Black Dye Ink on a separate piece of cardstock. After I stamped it out, I'm just going to fussy cut the labels out, and these are going to be popped up later on. Next, I'm going to take the largest die from our double stitched rectangle set, and I'm going to die cut some stitching onto that watercolor panel, and this just adds some nice stitched interest to our card panel. Next, I'm just going to add some really strong adhesive behind my watercolor panel, and this is just going to help the panel to stay down on the card base nice, smooth, and flat. Once I get all the adhesive behind my panel, I'm just going to adhere the watercolor panel onto a top folding A2 size card base, and then I'm just going to pop up the sentiments with some dimensional foam tape, and I'm starting off by adhering the N first and then the rest of the sentiments just to make sure it's all centered on my panel. To finish off the card, I'm going to add some of our dewdrops as embellishments. I'm using our clear dewdrops in our 5 and 7 millimeter sizes, and I'm also using our Seaglass blue dewdrops. It has a tint of a blue or lavender to it, so it adds some really nice subtle color to our project today. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's card and video. I really enjoyed watercoloring our thoughtful poppies for today, and you guys know how much I love using my color bursts for watercoloring, so I hope that you guys really liked today's project. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.